In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about how to run gun Y-off trips Pats, or as most people know it as, U-trips. Brought to immense popularity by the pro player Dcroft, U-trips is a beast of a formation featuring 24 different plays that have some of the strangest route combos you've ever seen. While there can be a bit of a learning curve, in capable hands, U-trips is an offense that strikes fear in the hearts of even the best pro Madden players in the world. Now, I had never run U-trips before making this video, so to demonstrate that it can be learned in not that much time, almost every example in this video is from my own gameplay in my first 3 days of running it. While there were definitely some mistakes made along the way, I truly believe that the setups in this video will have you throwing crazy dots in no time at all. And shout out to that Goose guy, the other Goose in the Madden community, for helping me out with a lot of these setups. So if you think you're ready to master one of the best passing schemes of both next gen and current gen Madden 22, then let's get right into it with my Patriots Gun U-trips ebook in under 8 minutes. When it comes to abilities, like I say in every video, you need to have set feet lead, pass lead elite, or gunslinger on your quarterback. Not having one of these abilities will cause your passes to loop through the air like your Zach Wilson lobbing the ball at the Patriots secondary, and that's going to make things really tough when you need to fit the ball into tight windows. Now, if you play MUT, you have a choice to either use Escape Artist or Hot Route Master on your quarterback. I think Escape Artist is the best ability in next gen Madden 22, and it's still effective on current gen as well, so I recommend using it so that you can scramble for easy yards if your opponent drops everyone into coverage. The setups I show in this video don't require Hot Route Master, but there are some cases where having a 1 AP slot apprentice or outside apprentice will make things a little bit easier. If you play regs, here are the players that get each of the abilities I mentioned, meaning the best regs teams for running U-trips will be the Cardinals, Seahawks, Bills, Bucks, Packers, and Chargers. So for this ebook, we're going to look at 5 base plays and then go over the 1-play touchdowns versus every coverage in the game. We have 4 base pass plays and 1 base run play. We're always going to come out in one of our base pass plays, and then the other 4 plays need to be in our audibles menu. The audibles I recommend using are 5-6 trap, curl flat, tight end whip, and double unders. In terms of our alignment on the field, I always recommend that if you're on a hash, you always have the running back to the short side of the field, meaning you'll need to flip your setups based on what hash you're on. Now we can finally get into the amazing pass plays of this U-trip scheme, and as always guys, if you enjoy videos like this, please hit the like button so I know you want to see more of them in the future. Starting us off is base play number 1, which is Y option wheel. On the left side of Y option wheel are 2 incredibly powerful routes, and we can utilize both of them to create 3 excellent setups. Setup 1 is to basically run the play completely stock, and if you have a mobile quarterback, then I like to shift the O-line towards the side of the tight end and then block the tight end. The first read will always be the running back on the wheel route, which if it's open, you should throw to every time. This will force the user to cover it because zones will have an extremely difficult time guarding the quick throw, and against man coverage, you can throw a low ball bullet pass and catch it every time. Once the user is distracted by the wheel route, you can let him chase it and maybe even throw on a pump fake to really make him commit. Then you can scramble for easy yards or hit the post, which should be wide open. And if everything appears to be covered, then you could pretty much always hit your slot receiver on the flat route as an easy check down. For setup 2 out of Y option wheel, the adjustments are to put your solo receiver on a flat route, and if you have slot apprentice, then put your slot receiver on a corner route and put your tight end on an out route, or if you don't have slot apprentice, then put your slot receiver on a smart routed out route and put your tight end on a flat route. Having the solo receiver on a flat route means the wheel from the running back will be even more open and can be thrown further downfield versus zone coverage, and if the user takes the wheel away, on the other side, you have an excellent flood concept attacking the defense along the sideline. For setup 3 out of Y option wheel, the adjustments are to put the tight end on a streak, put the wide side outside receiver on an in route, and put the slot receiver on a flat route, and then motion the slot receiver over. This gives us the same excellent wheel flat combo on the short side of the field, and if the user takes away the wheel, then we want to look at either the in route or the post, which should get wide open for enormous gains. Next up at base play number 2 is our only run play, which is going to be 5-6 trap. There isn't a ton to break down here, but it's important to note that because you have a pulling guard, you need to be especially careful about laying off the sprint button before you have a clear running lane. I always try to look for a cutback lane, but if there isn't a cutback lane, then just be patient and follow your blockers. For base play number 3, we're looking at the play curl flats. For setup 1, you can quick snap this play completely stock if your opponent is playing zone coverage, or versus man coverage, you can put the running back and tight end on out routes and throw to either flat or throw to either curl route with a low ball bullet pass. For setup 2, the adjustments are to put your running back and tight end on out routes, put your short side wide receiver on a streak, put your wide side outside receiver on a slant, and then motion him over. This route combo is excellent against both man and zone coverage, and oftentimes the user will get distracted by the slant over the middle, allowing you to hit the post route deep. If you have Slot Apprentice, I recommend replacing this post route with a hot routed post or crosser to give him a little bit more space from the defender guarding the streak, but most of the time, any route going toward the sideline will get wide open. Next up is base play number 4, which is going to be the play tight end whip. This should be your number 1 go-to play for beating man coverage, and the only adjustments are to put the running back on an out route, put the wide side outside receiver on a streak, and put the slot receiver on a slant. This puts 4 excellent man-beating routes on the field, including the popular tight end zig, and all you have to do is hit whichever one the user doesn't cover for the easy completion. Next up is base play number 5, which is going to be the play double unders. The adjustments are to put your running back on a wheel route, put your solo receiver on an in route, put your slot receiver on a flat, and put your wide side outside receiver on a streak. As always, go ahead and hit the running back on the wheel route if it's open right after the snap, but this play is mainly designed to get the tight end open deep. The only defender you have to read is the outside cornerback, and as long as he isn't in an extremely deep zone drop, you can hit the tight end on the corner route for a huge gain. Now it's finally time for what you've probably been waiting for, the one play touchdowns versus every coverage in the game. To bomb man coverage, we're looking at the play PA fork, and you can run this play completely stock. On the left side, you have this amazing out and up route that'll torch man coverage, and against cover 0 or cover 1, it'll be a touchdown every time. If for some reason that receiver doesn't get separation, you also have the S post and this unique out route from the slot receiver, and you can hit whichever one the user doesn't guard. To bomb cover 4 drop, we're again looking at the play PA fork, and the adjustments are to smart route your wide side outside receiver, put your slot receiver on a streak, and put your sole receiver on a curl. You may want to put either the tight end or running back on a curl route, but I recommend blocking them because this route takes a while to develop. After the snap, buy some time in the pocket or roll out if you have to, and watch the deep post and wait for him to start to flatten his route before you throw the ball and pass lead him to the outside. As long as you pass lead it, you should have a ton of space to catch the easy one play touchdown. To bomb cover 4 quarters, we're back in the play double unders, and the adjustments are to put the slot receiver on a streak and put the wide side outside receiver on a smart routed in route. This setup leaves the tight end completely unguarded, and you'll be able to hit him for the easy touchdown. To bomb cover 4 palms, we're back in the play tight end whip, and the only adjustment is to put your slot receiver on a streak. The defender responsible for guarding the slot receiver will switch onto him when it's already too late, and you can lob it to him for the wide open touchdown. To bomb cover 2, we're looking at the play patch drag wheel, and the only adjustments are to put the slot receiver on a flat route and put the wide side outside receiver on a fade. The seam route from the tight end does an awesome job attacking the deep middle, one of the weak points of cover 2, but if that's covered, then you can pretty much always hit the outside receiver on the fade down the sideline. To bomb cover 3, we'll look at the play pat swy out, and the adjustments are to block the tight end, put the slot receiver on a streak, put the running back on a curl or option route, and put the solo receiver on a smart routed out route. After the snap, buy some time in the pocket or roll if you have to, and you can hit the outside receiver on the post for the humongous touchdown. U-trips is one of the best passing schemes I've ever seen, but if you want another overpowered formation also in the Patriots playbook, then definitely check out my Gun Trips tight end ebook in under 9 minutes.